Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
You never heard of the Sultan of SWAT?
The Titan of Terror.
Colossus of Clout?
The King of Trash, man.
Oh, yeah, the Great Bambino. I thought you said the Great Bambi. That wimpy deer.
Welcome to the Best of Tailgate Talk, where we go back into the archives and hear some of our special guests you may have missed the first time around. We'll be back with the Best of Tailgate Talk after this. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. Call 233-4430 or order online at Applebee's.com and pick your meal up with Carside to go. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 in Athens, just off I-65. Eating good in the neighborhood. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling prides themselves on their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. At Hendrick's Power Washing and Striping, your property is their priority. Power washing, striping, seal coating, crack filling, and asphalt maintenance, rain or shine, day or night. Call Colby for a free quote at 256-763-1740. Visit their Facebook page and see what they've done for other satisfied customers. Give your home or business that brand spanking new look, courtesy of Hendrick's Power Washing and Striping. Licensed and insured, call 256-763-1740. Hendrick's Power Washing and Striping. The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship.
Takes a snap. He's rolling to his left. He's looking downfield. He's looking in the end zone. Throws a jump ball. It's complete. Touchdown, Golden Eagles.
Join us this coming season for Athens High School football. Greg Young will bring you all the exciting play-by-play online at WKAC1080.com or on your WKAC Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device by saying Play WKAC Sports. Listen for the radio replays Saturdays at noon and check out the archives on the WKAC Sports page. Golden Eagle football from 1080 WKAC. Welcome to the best of Tailgate Talk. This week we've got an Olympic flavor to the show with a couple of reruns featuring gold medal sprinters Antonio McKay and Calvin Smith. We'll also hear a visit we had with former Tennessee and NFL kicker Craig Colquitt, and our second fun talk with Bob Kendrick of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Let's take a look at some announcements as part of Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Athens Performance Volleyball will host a clinic on August 3rd through 5th for ages 7 through 12 from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Athens Rec Center. Cost is $75. For more information, call 233-8740 or sign up at the Youth Volleyball link online at the Parks and Recreation page at athensal.us. Wallace State will be offering girls basketball camps in August. For more information, go online to wallacestatewbb.com. UAH women's basketball camps will also be going on through August. For more information, go online to chargerbasketballcamp.com. Grit and Grind Hoops basketball training is offered on Sundays and Wednesdays at the Athens Rec Center. For more information, call 233-8740. Various fitness classes are being offered Monday through Saturday at the Athens Rec Center, including Super Circuit, Yoga, Balance Boot Camp, and more. Call 233-8740 for more information or visit the Parks and Recreation page on the Athens City website at athensal.us. Don't forget to enter your nominations for the Athlete of the Week polls that will start back up in August. And keep updated during the week on our Facebook page. Just do a search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Go to tailgatetalk.net and you can catch up on some of our other special guests as well as get a heads up on who's coming up in the future. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing busy and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Check out the WKAC sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC sports page, another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC. Welcome back to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
We have got Olympic medalists from 84 and 88, Antonio McKay, joining us, and we are excited. Antonio, you are even at the track right now, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. This is like the dream of my life, being on the track and doing radio shows and speaking to people about track. I love it.
Now Todd's done a lot of research about you, and he's got a lot of questions, man. He's ready to go.
I do have a lot of questions. I just want to start out with first, obviously in 84, 88, prime decent of your life. What is it like to be able to be one of the fastest men in the world? Honestly, just the feel of running that fast on the track. Does it feel like floating, flying?
I tell you, it's a God-given talent, but the biggest thing about it, when you start winning and you watch other athletes run that fast, you can't believe that you can run that fast. So when I go back and watch it on video, it's just unique to be that fast and set world records. But it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work. You get a talent, you just don't give it away. For me, it was just that rush about winning. It's almost like a bomb at the finish line who can get there before it blow up. So I just love to compete.
Well, so, growing up, obviously you went to Georgia Tech, All-American, and obviously we know about the Olympics. But growing up, when did you find out that you were, I guess, basically that fast?
When I was 13 in my neighborhood, we used to run in the street and race against each other all the time. And from the age of 13 to 14, I didn't need to train. And the next year I was beating 17-year-old kids. So it's just a matter of the body taking over. And I say from 13 to 14, I developed, and that's why I always tell kids, if you're not winning when you're young, don't worry about it. You're still growing. And usually kids that are long limbs develop later, and shorter, powerful kids develop a lot quicker. So I say 14 is when I really took off.
So Antonio, I have my high school team didn't have a track. High school didn't have a track team, but I found out one time when I was about 16, I got chased across a pasture by a bull. I found I could run pretty fast, and I could jump that fence too.
Me and you both
jumped up in the air and slung slobber 10 foot in the air, and I beat him. I beat him to the finish line.
Well, thank God it wasn't a gazelle. But I tell my friends sometimes when you're pretty fast when somebody's chasing you or somebody have a gun. So I hope it's an animal other than the gun. Okay?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the truth.
Well, Antonio, were you ever interested in other sports, or did you just running and track and field? That's what you knew you wanted to do?
Well, I went to Georgia Tech on a football scholarship. I was top quarterback. I was the top quarterback in '82 coming out of Atlanta. So we was a throwing team. So I thought I would play football my whole life, but after the first couple of practices, Ted Roof hit me a couple of times, and I realized I was too thin to play football.
Ted Roof, yeah, he's coached a few places, yeah.
So I remember going to Bill Curry's office, and I said, my first pass, you're going to laugh at this, you're not going to believe it. I played in Alabama. I played in the game, my first pass, I caught like a 15-yard out and ran right into Bear Bryant.
Wow. No.
Yeah, so that's when we were playing. Georgia Tech was actually playing Alabama. And I ran into him because I was trying to get out the field so quick. I wanted to hit.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That Georgia Tech and Auburn had some very good rivalries back back during those days.
Well, I'm not that old. When I was at Tech, we sucked at that time. Don't hear me say that.
That's why we scheduled y'all.
Watch the Bama fans. I'm the only Auburn fan on the program, brother. So
well, I'm glad. I'm a big Alabama fan. I cheer for coaches, not so much of teams. I believe in great coaches and discipline. So Nick Saban, I really like him. I don't like what don't happen in the last 2 years. I thought it just a lack of discipline cost us the last 2 seasons. But I love coaching and great athletes. We have so many great athletes, but it's how you discipline those athletes, and especially in track and field, it's such an individual sports. But it's all about the relays and trying to score too. So
that's one thing. One thing we haven't mentioned is what your sport, what your event was in track and field. It was a 4x400, correct?
Yeah, I picked to win the gold in '84. That was my first loss of the season in the Open 400. I lost to Alonzo Babers from the Air Force and Gabe Tiaco from the Ivory Coast. That was my first loss of the year, and I tell you, it took me about a year to get over that. But yes, the 400 meters was the race I ran. I ran 45:83 in high school, which is still the Georgia record at this time.
Wow. With all the athletes that's come through there, it's incredible.
Well, they won't work hard like they used to. You know, it's a lot of social media.
That's the point. No.
Yeah. And everybody think they're a superstar now because of social media.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's a great point, too. So, talking about the individuality of track and the discipline and the will that you have to have, you know, it is unique. It's not, you don't have teammates necessarily to rely on, obviously, unless you're running a relay, but just to get you to where you have to be to run. Talk about, I mean, because it's very hard work, and a lot of times it's track time on your own. You don't have somebody there to necessarily make you do it.
It's a lonely sport. So I give you an idea. In individual sports in 1984 at the Olympics, 120,000 people in the stand and everybody watching you. There's no one to throw the ball to. There's no one to pass the baton to in the relay. Yeah. It's so much pressure, but the great thing about it is each lane is 400 meters. And so
that's right.
And my whole life, I never had a bad race. So my thing about it is going out. And when I hit the track, I just don't have any friends. You know, I shake your hand maybe 10 minutes before the race, but after that, I don't like you. And and once the race is over, you know, I shake your hand again. But you have to be tough. You know, anybody can run the 100.
Yes.
You run the 100, it just come down to talent and just getting out the block and just trying to flex. When it comes to the 400, you got to be really disciplined.
Brutal, man.
And I tell my athletes, I'm 56 now. I've never had a beer in my life, never puffed a cigarette, never had champagne.
Amen, brother.
It carry over. You know, I like to win, so individual sports, I don't have anybody to blame.
Yeah. What was it like going up against Carl Lewis?
Carl was a great person. He probably one of the greatest athletes in the history of the sport because of the long jump and all the medals he ran. So he was just tough. You know, looking at Carl, the change as an athlete and how he competed against people, it was just unbelievable. And to compete year-round like he did. He did not run unless he thought he can win. And that's a lot of athletes, when they're the top athlete at that time, they're getting paid so much, they go for the money. It's more about pride for him, and he's doing a great job at Houston coaching now, so it carried over.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, so Carl's kind of a different cat, or it seems like he is when you see him on TV from time to time. Was he a good teammate? I mean, did y'all all...
I would say at track meet days, but during the other time, we was different. You know, Carl would not stay at the Olympic Village with us, which is okay. That's each athlete right to do. Sometimes Carl's a lot different than me. You know, I have a lot of respect for people when I'm competing. I think when he was competing with the news people, he was a little different. So you asked me, do I look up to Carl Lewis? I would say no. I respect him because how good an athlete he is. But as a person, I think he's still a good person, but a little different than I am.
We'll be back with more of our Tailgate Talk conversation after this.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
At Hendricks Power Washing and Striping, your property is their priority. Power washing, striping, seal coating, crack filling, and asphalt maintenance, rain or shine, day or night. Call Colby for a free quote at 256-763-1740. Visit their Facebook page and see what they've done for other satisfied customers. Give your home or business that brand spanking new look, courtesy of Hendricks Power Washing and Striping. Licensed and insured, call 256-763-1740. Hendricks Power Washing and Striping.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair. If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. Tune in every Tuesday through Thursday this coming football season for the WKAC Coaches Shows. Join us as we get the scoop from Ardmore, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Tanner, and West Limestone. The WKAC Coaches Shows coming in August on 1080 WKAC. We continue with our conversation on the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC. How big was the high school that you went to?
Well, my high school was 2A at that time, and I think the biggest classification was 4A. But it didn't matter in track, you know.
Right.
When we ran, you ran against 2A, but at the end of the year, you want to see who's number one in your state in track, and that's the great thing about track. You may not get to run against them, but you're always within 4 to 5 tenths of your best time every time you run. So you can go against an athlete that's really good and run a suck time. Because they take you out of your zone by going too fast. So I was always the best athlete in Georgia by far in the 400. I ran the 100 sometime, but Sam Grady, who got the silver medal in '84, sort of chased me out of that one.
Yeah,
because he was so good.
Well, the reason I asked that question was, you know, you went to a 2A school, and here in Alabama, I was at a 1A school, and we didn't really have a track team as such. I was a high jumper, and, you know, you're talking about the individuality, you know, having to do stuff like that, especially at a small school on your own, and having to figure out, you know, what you need to do.
Antonio, I got a favor to ask. Ask Tim how high he jumped. I'm
gonna guess how tall you are. I'm gonna take a guess at it.
Okay, well, I'm about around 6 foot.
Okay, I say you jump 6'4", 6'5".
6'9".
Oh man,
I went 6.
Oh, that's great.
6'9". So.
I thought he was trying to make you look bad. He's pretty good.
No, he held the state record for a long time.
I know. I thought you were trying to talk him down.
No, sir.
Well, I mean, actually,
I'll never talk down to producer.
I mean, back then it was 1A through 4A, and now it's 1A through 7A. And so, I mean, since they changed the classification, I still have the record, technically.
I got ready to say 6'9" can win right now.
That's pretty good there, big dog.
Yeah, we can go virtual. You'll still be good at this.
Well, I'd have to drop I'd have to drop about 100 pounds.
Antonio, I'm going to ask you about something that happened in 1989. You became the first African American track and field athlete to compete for the New York Athletic Club. Mm-hmm. How was that? I mean, congratulations to you for being able to break that barrier. That is an amazing feat. But how did you feel? Can you give a little, I don't know, maybe a description about that?
Well, you know, you go through all the great athletes, even in basketball and everything, that live in New York. And I remember Ray Lump calling me, and he just say, "We like the way you run. We like how you talk. We think you're a clean athlete. And, you know, we want you to run for the New York Athletic Club." You know, for me, I see color, but it doesn't bother me, color. You know, I was never a slave, and I understand so many things people go through. I don't believe in Black Lives Matter. So for me, that barrier was easy for me to say yes. And it was a big honor. I mean, probably just like a medal or something, you know, to make history is what we always want to be a part of, good history. Yeah. So I really loved that. And it was a great club for me, and being inducted to the Hall of Fame there too. So it was awesome.
Now, Antonio, you a Braves fan?
Well, I was when Bobby Cox was there, so no, I am.
I hear you, brother.
Now, here's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
They got this promotion deal to try to beat the Flash. Can you beat the Flash?
Man, everybody can beat me now. So I tell people, I'm just kidding with that. I don't run against people. My last race was in Europe and in Italy. And I remember being 3 or 4 tenths off my time, and I said that was it for me. So I don't have time for people to be beating on me. I'm gonna pick up a golf club, and you can shoot 67 and play till 2 o'clock.
There you go. You play golf with him, Jay.
Yeah. So I like to win. I like to bowl and do stuff, but that was my last track run.
No, okay. Goes into go ahead, Zach.
No, I was just going to ask him. You out on the track field nowadays, so tell us what you're doing now.
Well, I'm coaching at North Springs now. In the last 6 years, my girls' track team been ranked number 1 in the nation in the 4x4. We ran,
of course,
341.
Yes,
and I have Grant. This is Grant here. He's here training with me. And since I can't train a kid from North Springs, he's from Mount Vernon, and the kid I work with. So I run my company called On Track. So I train a lot of different people. But I've been coaching now for about 15 years.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So talking about high school, your son, Antonio Jr., just started his first coaching season, which obviously didn't happen this year.
Yes.
You call him Antonio Jr., you call him AJ Jr.?
I call him Antonio Jr. He called me for some advice too. He's gonna take him a long time because he think he know it all.
All our kids.
No, we never do that.
So I was going to ask you, and obviously you answered my question already. Was when he was a great track star in his own right. Went to Georgia Tech, followed in your shoes, and
sometimes it's hard to follow in my shoes, and I hate to say that for him when you set world records. But Antonio was an unbelievable basketball player. He only ran track. He started running track his junior year. His first year he ran 47, 20-something. The next year he ran 46, 28, and I coached him. He's a great kid. I think he could have won gold medal, but Antonio liked to party and dance and didn't have that focus. But, everybody can't. Track is a mentally tough sport. You can be good and not win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty focused. So now his classification, Steve, what classification is your school in?
We're in different ones, and thank God, because I just killed him. So.
I hear you, big man. Talk trash to you, son. I love it.
Dad and son.
I love it.
He can beat me at bowling sometimes. We both throw it, but I bowled in like 5 leagues when I was competing, so I'd average like 250-something in bowling.
Good gracious.
My goodness.
But he can bowl really good too, so he can win some games. So we bowled 10 games, he may win 4 of them, but he don't know how to act when he wins.
He sounds like a
probably because he's used to it, Dad. I mean, you're keeping it down.
Oh, come on, Tomcat. Hey, we don't storm the field, Tomcat, like y'all do. We know how to win. We don't storm the field.
Well, y'all are boring.
People that storm the field not used to winning.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Now, speaking of golf, Antonio, what handicap are you?
I usually play around a 3, 2, or 5. Okay. But I started when Antonio was a senior, so I've been playing about 15, 16 years. But I would play 36 holes. I play 18 and go back out. I can hit about 320. I can cut it. I can draw it. I can spin it. I can hit it low. I play with blades, so
smoking.
I play with blades too, so I don't play with those little sissy fat clubs that you just hit. But I just love it. It's the greatest game in the world to me.
Yeah.
You go out there, you play it right. I just like the competition every day. I play at almost the same course, but it seems like a different course every day.
Yeah, and see, I'm hurting myself because I'm missing the Masters this weekend.
That's great. I went there for the first time about 7 years ago, and it's just incredible what those guys can do.
I know.
It's just incredible.
I've been there 4 times, and it's just I tell people that have never been, you got to go at least once.
I agree.
TV don't do it no justice.
It doesn't. It's actually better in person than on TV. So.
Sure does. Just bring your good walking shoes, because you.
Antonio, I see where you had taken a flu remedy at one point, and that caused you a little bit of a problem there for a few months. So how hard was that to get through that?
I tell my athletes, I always bring that up. It's probably one of the hardest things in my whole life, because you do something, you want to do it clean. I always tell people, I know it's hard for you to believe this here, but when you go out of the country, if you do something wrong, your country can't save you. It's almost like you can cheat on your wife before you cheat on the sports. When you represent the United States, I don't believe in cheating. It's a higher standard.
Absolutely.
But I was running in Johnson City, Tennessee, and I remember the meet, and I wrote down ampicillin and Intex. And so about a month later, I remember opening the door, it was FedEx or something, and it was a package, and it said, you tested positive. And it didn't say what I tested positive for, so I was a little confused, like, I don't take steroids. So when I called, it was U.S. Track and Field and they said, well, don't worry about it, just 3 months. And I just said, no way. So I decided to fight it. It was $18,000. At that time, I was the first athlete to win. But when they put it in the public, they didn't say it was a cold medicine or anything like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in the NCAA, it was legal. And it was something I had taken before when I was sick. So it really wasn't a stimulant part of it. So the judge just threw it out and said they should have never done it. But I think they was coming at me. I really do. I don't want to, because I talk so much against the sport, drugs. So I hate it because they didn't say it was a stimulant of a cold medicine. I may have let it go. I doubt it if they would have said that was what I wrote down. But, you do something right, and over time, when time go by, you're not proud that you won. You just hate it happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do believe that anybody cheated, even if they can go back, and I always say this on my posts, whether it be dealing with female athletes I coach, everybody should feel comfortable whether dealing with a gold medal. I don't worry about anybody coming to take my gold medal because they can never say I cheated. And I believe that if someone cheated, they should take it. Yeah. I think that, to win a gold medal or set a world record, to do something that someone never done before and expect someone to do it again. And that's hard if someone's cheating.
I agree.
That's exactly right.
So I love the question y'all are asking. You can ask me anything. I always tell people I do something. I don't shy away from anything.
Amen, brother.
Brother, we're coming to the end of the interview, and we wanted to just thank you for joining us, and hope you can come back, man.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back on.
We've been looking forward to this all week long. So.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed it. I like doing things like this, but I do all of this for the kids. You know, I love what I do. I do it at 100%. I think that sports is the greatest thing, especially track and field. Remember, guys, it's fair. Wind blowing every lane.
It does, doesn't it?
If you get lane 1, it's probably how you rank. So you can win in lane 1. You can set world records in lane 8. So I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, bud. We appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you, Antonio.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was Antonio McKay,
great
Olympic gold medalist. And sometimes after certain interviews, you just get jacked up.
That was
a good one.
I was sending him a friend request. Looks like he's got a bunch of inspiration posts.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a quick break.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. You know, we take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling prides themselves on their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. School may be out, but you can still enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week over the summer for the upcoming school year. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and fill out the form. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Enter your nominations today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC. You're listening to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
We are joined now by former Tennessee punter Craig Colquitt. Craig, how you doing there, brother?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to see football getting off the ground.
Hey, and aren't we glad it's SEC football? Who cares about all these other conferences? We got the big boys playing today, buddy.
The leaders in not accepting being held back. We just move forward. So
exactly. You know what got me the other day? I heard somebody on one of the sports talk shows. They were making fun. They said the MAC, president. They were, or the athletic. They were so adamant. We cannot play football. Our doctors of blah blah said it's not no way we can play. And after all these other presidents have come back and said, "Oh, now we've said it's okay to play." After 10 other conferences have said it was okay to play. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, everybody says they don't want to get into politics. Then you better just get out alive. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Well, buddy, you've had a great career at Tennessee in the NFL, and like I said, we were just talking off air. Not only you, but 2 sons and a nephew. It's incredible. All of y'all played at Tennessee, punted, and all 4 of y'all played in an NFL. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, we're blessed. I grew up basically poor and left that neighborhood to improve my life, and I got to see things I would not have seen if I hadn't left where I was being raised, and saw there's opportunity for anybody that's wanting to take a step forward. So we're blessed, and I appreciate it.
What was it like playing for Coach Majors?
Changed my life. I mean, not taking anything away from Bill Battle, but Johnny Majors has an electrical cord stuck in the wall somewhere, and he holds the live wires in his hands. He's such a dynamic personality. But he put huge emphasis on the kicking game, and particularly punting, because he was a punter. And every time I saw him before he passed away, I said to him, I said, "You're the reason I got in the NFL." And he looked at me and said, "No, you got yourself in the NFL." So I always appreciated that comeback too. So great respect for Coach Johnny Majors.
I'd like it if Alabama put a little bit more emphasis on the kicking game.
Yeah. Do y'all have any grandsons that y'all can that just are not big Tennessee fans that maybe y'all could just send to Tuscaloosa?
I've got 6 grandsons. Wow. I like to say I got 9 grandbabies, and what I say is I've got 6 punters and 3 agents. So here we go.
Well, if you had one of those grandsons that just were not huge Tennessee fans, and they could be swayed, let Coach Saban know about them, because I'm telling you, man, we struggled for so many years punting, and we would definitely take one of y'all, because the last name Colquitt, when you hear that name, it's just synonymous with punting, but it's just unbelievable, knowing, not only you, but like I said, having your sons and your nephew, just following in your footsteps, and that's just got to make you more proud than anything. Not what you've done, making it to the Super Bowl and everything, but knowing what your sons and nephew also did.
Yeah, it's since you mentioned it that way, and one of the exciting things I do is for free, I'll go to area schools or talk or during the summer, whatever, and meet with some talented kickers, place kickers, punter, snappers. I know the game. And I really enjoy seeing talent and watching it move forward. When coaches ask me to help, I tell them, show me your best athlete. And that's the person that's muscle memory is on the field, motivated, and wants to excel at the game of football. And punting, I played in high school. I tried being a running back in college, and man, the difference, it's a leapfrog in the paint as a running back, and I only lasted one day. But I love coaching. I love talking with young people to get it. In fact, one of my students is on a 5-year full-paid scholarship to West Point. So he's a place kicker and punter.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
That's music to my ears.
I'm sure. Something to be very proud about. So coming out of college, you're drafted in the 3rd round to Pittsburgh. And, back then, I mean, were kickers, punters or kickers, were they drafted that high? Because that shows the talent and the worth that they thought that you were going to bring the team, and which you actually did.
Yeah, it is unusual. I think Ray Guy, he was 1st round.
Yeah.
And that was years before. But what happened in Pittsburgh in the season of '77, Bobby Walden out of Georgia was the punter, and he had 7 punts blocked for touchdowns.
Ooh, that's not good. That'll get you. Get you lose your job.
Yeah. And it put a little emphasis on 2-step punting, which is what I was. Dallas, which is where I wanted to go, the Cowboys, they said they were going to take me in the 5th round the day before the draft, and I was pumped, and Pittsburgh took me in the 3rd, and I had just done a tryout with Pittsburgh, and Chuck Nolan in person even. He flew down to Knoxville with other coaches, and I did not do well with him because I was nervous. But day before the draft, Dallas said, we're going to take you in the 5th, and Pittsburgh took me in the 3rd, and I was disappointed until the PR director called me and said, what do you think about playing with Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann, Jack Lambert, Rocky Block, just, Mean Joe Green? I'm going, oh, my gosh, this is another Super Bowl run.
Yeah. And I listen, I know that probably broke your heart at the time, and Zach here is a huge Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
As bad as I hate the Auburn Tigers, it's as bad as I hate the Dallas Cowboys. So I want to thank you for beating them.
Oh, come on. I wasn't going to mention that, Craig. I was going to be nice, but, I'm a Cowboys fan, so, y'all broke my heart. So
I get it. Well, I felt that way until the PR guy called me.
Hey, them Super Bowl rings look pretty nice, though.
Yeah, I was going to say those rings helped get over it, too.
Exactly. Well, I tell you, the Dallas Cowboys have much better looking cheerleaders than
I agree with you on that, bro.
That's true. And as a punter, you would probably have more time to kind of observe those type things, I guess, if you've been on the sideline.
It was the distraction I needed. But the inside joke on that, the Pittsburgh Steelers have never had cheerleaders.
Oh, never. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't have cheerleaders. Art Rooney Sr. said we don't need the distraction. Way back in time. And it was a very good point.
That is true.
They had the towels. So.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, y'all had terrible towels.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. And the bee. The terrible bee.
There you go.
It's a great town. You're all probably going to mention this, but I hope my son makes it in Pittsburgh. It's been a very difficult transition after 15 years in Kansas City, but already he has noticed the difference in the way that people think about football and sports in Pittsburgh. He said, it's obvious it's a way of life up here. And I said, it absolutely is. It's a great environment.
It's just a hard-working type of, just a hard-working town, right? I mean, they just
Blue collar.
Blue collar, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's connected. You know, it's transitioned from when I first went up there. There's no steel mills left. I mean, it's amazing to see that transition, but they don't lose that feeling. You know, I'd like to see the Tennessee Titans and the baseball team go to blue and gold, like the hockey team, like Pittsburgh. You know, baseball, hockey, and football, they're black and gold.
Yeah, they're all the same color.
They're all the same. Yeah,
sure are.
Craig, how was it?
Concept.
How was it? You know, being Tennessee fans, Britain sharing that Super Bowl win with Peyton Manning.
Oh, that's talking about thrill. You know, you know, that always leads into other stories. Peyton and Britain and Dustin too. They're all real close buddies from. Not just the Tennessee thing, but they have the same mind, just sense of humor and everything. But one day Peyton walks up to Britt and he said, after practice Thursday, back behind the facility here in Denver, the Jet's going to pick us up. We're going to fly down to Ottawa and play at the what's that honors course? I think that's called in Ottawa, the private course. Peyton flew Britain and two other guys on the team down to the course at Ottawa, and they played for 4 days, and then flew back out jet. So Britain really likes Peyton.
Back with more of our Tailgate Talk conversation after this.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
He'll take the snap, looking for running room on the outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Angling for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this coming season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this coming season from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. We're back now with more of our conversation on the best of Tailgate Talk.
So what was it like? We've mentioned your sons. What was it like having your sons following your footsteps
and nephew,
and your nephew following, doing what you did at Tennessee?
Well, they say that hair loss is connected to stress. So
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
no offense, but you were stressed.
I was incredibly, and really during the pandemic period, Dustin was released from Kansas City in April, and it was over money, and it's been since April until, just a couple of weeks ago that he got the nod from the Steelers. So I've just kind of been in a whirlwind. I don't really think. I don't know how not to live through your kids, but I've lived through my kids, and because I'm kind of their coach and coached them coming up, so it's very stressful.
Well, you talk about hair loss. That reminds me of a picture I have seen of the cover of a book that you wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, when the grandkids start looking at their dads, and then look at me and go, "What's wrong with this picture?"
So JoJo.
I figured I need.
I was just going to say, JoJo, what happened to your hair? So are you JoJo? Is that what they call you?
I am JoJo. I wanted to be called JC. That's what I was called in college, but it came out with the first grandbaby, JoJo. So that's
awesome. That's a good name for a grandpa.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's endearing,
And listen, for people that are listening, and you can get the book on Amazon, and I'm sure where other books are sold, but man, the reviews on it are wonderful. I mean, and the illustrations, dude, you can kick a ball, you can coach punt, and you can draw like nobody else, man. That's awesome.
Well, thank you. It's not on Amazon anymore. I've sold down to 500 left, and I'm doing a lot of giveaway kind of thing, and so it's they're not available now. But I am working on a book, an autobiography. Got some guys working with me on it. As far as I know, historically, I was the first two-step punter, and that's really why I was drafted by the Steelers. Was a big hit on, and that's why I was drafted by the Steelers, because they had so many blocks, and I hadn't had any punts blocked in college, didn't have any punts blocked at Pittsburgh. But the name of the book is going to be 2 Steps, 2 Sons to 4 Super Bowl rings.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a little catchy. I like it. I appreciate it, and thinking that, but it's opening up, a private door, which I use my testimony in churches and stuff and tell my story, but doing it in book form, it's a little more difficult, but that's hopefully coming.
That'd be wonderful, and I'm sure it's an emotional experience as well.
Oh, yeah. I want to tell parents, if you're wanting your sons to go down this road, get ready for stress. But it's your children. If you have children or you have grandchildren, you want the best for them. Yeah. And I asked my mom when I was in my 40s, I said, "When are you going to stop worrying about me?" And she said, "When I'm in the grave."
Yeah, that's the truth.
Now I get it.
Yeah. Well, you brought up the fact you were probably the first, or at least known, 2-step punter. What do you think, or what are your thoughts on some of these guys now who come in and do that rugby style kicking? It's definitely different.
Well, I didn't have that technique. I just shot it like a pass off my foot out of bounds. And I think if I'd known how to kick the rugby kick, I probably used it. I know Chuck Noll would have wanted me to use it, because anything you can get inside the 20 or 10 yard lines what he wanted. So, but yeah, I'm open to that. So, in fact, I tell the kids to learn it, but it is different.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like one thing that we don't see as often, at least probably the last 5-10 years, is you never hear this term anymore. It's the coffin corner.
Yeah.
What happened to the game that took that out of it? Because it seemed to be such a great weapon when y'all guys could put that ball down there in that coffin corner, no return, inside the 10 or 5. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I definitely agree with that. I liked it so much before I got married, got my act clean up. I wanted to open a bar, and I was going to call it Coffin Corner.
That's great.
That sounds more like a smoke shop.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can read into that. But, being good at the kicking in the coffin corner, that's kind of is it a lost art? I don't know. Dustin, he's got all the records at Kansas City now. I think he's 429 punts inside the 20.
Oh, wow.
So that's when the defense knows the offense has 80 yards to go or more. That's the bottom line. But I think the rugby punt, they're looking the teams are looking for somebody to fumble.
Yeah.
It rarely happens, but they do fumble that rugby punt.
Yeah.
I just want Alabama somebody kick it
and put it down there.
Kick it more than 40 yards. And just,
well, we've not been bad on the punt. It's those field goals that's really plagued us.
Yeah. Well, I think we may have us a field goal kicker now. It's just, but I think we found us a walk-on punter. Yeah, it is hard to. I mean, it's craft. I mean, most time nowadays, Craig, you don't see college teams giving out scholarships for punters now. It's mostly a walk-on that usually gets the nod.
That's true. I walked on, but I was 20 years old when I walked on at Tennessee.
Wow, I did not know you were 20.
Yeah, well, that's. I was raised in the hood, so I had to get out of the hood. In fact, 4 of the friends I ran around with that didn't want me to leave the game are dead. I mean, they would be in their 60s, and they died in their 40s. So it was a rough neighborhood in some instances. So
it was good. That was a good thing that you did. What happened for you then?
Yeah, but I tell kids all the time, walking on is probably the direction it's going to go unless you're just exceptional.
Absolutely.
But there's nothing wrong with that because they give you a scholarship. They'll do it in the redshirt freshman or sophomore year.
Yeah. You can work your way to that. So, never give up. Work hard, never give up, and you can earn that scholarship.
Yeah. Well, and the game is so fast and strong and focused these days. You have your Appalachian States and Marshalls and teams like that can blow you out on any given day.
Yeah.
So the opportunity to play football and get an education is a huge opportunity. And that's what I teach, really, it's not where you go to school, it's the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, Craig, we appreciate you talking to you, reliving your past and talking about your sons and wish you nothing but the best. And once again, what's the name of your book and where can you get it again?
It's it's not written yet, but I'll reach out to Tim.
That'd be fine. We will promote it for you.
It'll be Christian faith-based, and the sky's the limit. We live in America kind of book.
Absolutely.
There you go, boss.
We'll do it for you, brother. We enjoyed it. Sit back, relax, and watch you some SEC football today, brother.
I love it.
Okay.
Right, take care, my friend.
Take care, brother.
Take care, man.
Take care. Thank you all.
All right, bye-bye. That is Craig Colquitt, former Tennessee punter and Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl champion. Hate to say that, but he beat my Cowboys a couple times on that. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Smith's Heating and Cooling in Elkmont is your friendly local contractor, servicing most brands of equipment and proudly installing industry-leading Rheem systems. Whether it's an air conditioner, gas furnace, heat pump, or indoor air quality system, Smith's Heating and Cooling prides themselves on their exceptional installation and 24/7 customer service after the fact. They offer financing too. Call 777-5450 today to schedule an appointment or a free no-obligation consultation. Smith's Heating and Cooling. Call 777-5450. Visit them on Facebook or online at smithsheatingandcoolingllc.com. The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net. You're listening to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
What an honor we have on the telephone here on the Applebee's hotline. Former gold medal winner, 1984 4x100 meter relay. Born in Bolton, Mississippi, ran for the Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
Bama Zach saying Roll Tide.
I said Roll Tide now. There you can hear me.
Calvin Smith, welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, sir.
Well, thank you. Glad to be on air with you.
That's good. Obviously, the Olympics are going right now. I mean, do you watch these Olympic sprinters and remember back to the days when you spent all of your training, and or do you watch it now more as a
spectator?
Spectator,
yeah.
Fan. That's the word I'm looking for.
Well, it's as a spectator, but watching the Olympics bring back a lot of the great memories when I ran. in the Olympics in '84 and '88. So just bring back the memories of being on the team and being on the podium, and the great feeling that one have for one as being on a team, and then to receive a medal and stuff like that, being on the podium, just bring back great memories of those great days.
Well, speaking of memories, I'm going to bring one up to you here. Everybody knows about this. 1988 in Seoul, Ben Johnson wins the gold. Carl Lewis is second. Linford Christie is third, and you're fourth. And you're the only one that tested tested negatively. Man, that's you should have been you should have been the goal, my friend. You should have been the goal.
Yep. Yes, it should have been the goal. Unfortunately, during that time, I just had the organization, which I don't think much has changed since that time, is that they are, covering up stuff instead of making the Olympics a drug-free Olympics. And, I wish that they had done the right thing, but unfortunately they didn't do the right thing.
One thing I was going to ask, and you're right, Calvin, it still seemed to be a lot of, negative test results that get, like you said, kind of covered up and pushed under.
Especially the Russian team this year.
Russians, yeah.
They shouldn't even been allowed to compete at all. I know most of them didn't, but a lot of them did. But one question that I wanted to ask that I was always kind of I thought was interesting was, so obviously, you're part of a team, right? But you're doing individual events. So when you're in those individual events and you're running against your teammates, what does that feel like? Because obviously, I guess, they're happy for you if you win and vice versa. But at the same time, you're wanting to beat them, just like you're wanting to beat, the Russians or the, Jamaicans or whoever you're running against, right?
Yes. In many cases, you are friends, with your teammates, but you have run against them in many competitions throughout the year and stuff. But, we all know that we are there for the same reason, is to try to win the gold medal. So once we line up, we're just out to do the best that we can. And if that's our particular day that we are, number one or two or whatever, then, we're just happy for ourselves. But we also are happy for, our teammates, that they will run well as well.
Yeah.
And, there's no hard feelings because we're all there to enjoy the Olympics and to go after the gold medal.
That's great.
Yeah, for those who don't realize, Calvin, you in August of '83, I'm pulling our Mark White's Google resource here. You were the first athlete to run under 10 seconds, 9:97 for 100 meters, and under 20 seconds for the 200 in Zurich, Switzerland.
Correct.
Dude. Okay, that's the first time I brought dude out. Dude.
That's dude worthy.
That's flying right there, man.
Yes. That was during the prime of my time of running, and it's just that Zurich had such a great atmosphere there in Zurich, Switzerland at that particular meet. And, things just fell together, and I ran the 100 and the 200, and I was just pumped and ready to go. And it just turned out to be one of the greatest meets for me. And, I'm just happy that it was something that I was the first to do, and that I just felt great about it.
That is awesome. So you're Tom Eaton, you're from Bolton, Mississippi, and then so here's this young guy from Bolton, Mississippi, who ends up getting to travel the world, and running all these great international events, and then years later, your son Calvin also follows in your footsteps, and so I want to know how old he was or how old you were when he was able to first start beating Dad in a race.
Well, I was very proud of him. I coached him in high school, and he started out as a sprinter, 100 and 200 meter runner. But his senior year, I set him down and said, look, the 100 and 200 is not your event. The 400 is your event. You need to get a scholarship to go somewhere. So Daddy don't have to pay your way to college.
There you go.
So we changed his event because he had run on the relay and stuff, and I saw that potential. And so we changed his race to the 400 meters. And from there, he just took off and started succeeding and running, really well in the 400. And he was able to make the Olympic team and everything. So I'm just very proud of him for what he has done. And, hopefully he will continue to, keep things up.
Yeah. And that's a great story, for him to be able to follow in your footsteps, and y'all have that, together. So,
well, speaking of great stories, I think you've got a book out.
Yes, I just a few months ago published a book called "It Should Have Been Gold." It can be purchased on Amazon, but it talks about the things that went on in track and field, especially about 1988, how the governing body of track and field, as well as the Olympics, how they cover up all the people that was on drugs and stuff. So it just gives my insight on things that went on and the truth about the sport of track and field. Because unfortunately, the American public don't know everything as far as what goes on in track and field. They just see athletes out there thinking that they are clean because the Olympic Committee and everyone say they're clean, but they hide many things. And we have many athletes out there on drugs, and the American public needs to know those things.
And also the parents when their children try to bring it to, because it happens even in high school football. So we have to go, but before I let you go, Calvin, got one question for you. Did you ever race against Bo Jackson?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I raced against him when I was at Alabama.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And all my guys are going to know, how did it turn out? Did you beat him every time, or was Bo pretty competitive?
It's been a long time, but I think I beat him.
Roll Tide.
I'm sure I pretty did.
That's good. Thank you so much for joining us here on Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Kevin. Gold medal winner, Calvin Smith. We're going to toss it off to break. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. At Hendricks Power Washing and Striping, your property is their priority. Power washing, striping, seal coating, crack filling, and asphalt maintenance, rain or shine, day or night. Call Colby for a free quote at 256-763-1740. Visit their Facebook page and see what they've done for other satisfied customers. Give your home or business that brand spanking new look, courtesy of Hendricks Power Washing and Striping. Licensed and insured, call 256-763-1740. Hendricks Power Washing and Striping. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. Call 233-4430 or order online at Applebee's.com and pick your meal up with Carside to go. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 in Athens, just off I-65. Eating good in the neighborhood. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More.
He'll take the snap, looking for running room on the outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Angling for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this coming season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this coming season from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. We're back now with more of our conversation on the best of Tailgate Talk.
Bob Kendrick, ladies and gentlemen, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Such a fun time last time, and I cannot wait to talk to you some more, buddy.
Hey, man, it's great to be back. Thanks so much for having me back. How y'all doing?
No, thank you for saying yes, man. You've been on ESPN and you calling in with us on this little AM station, man. We're great. We are absolutely great.
Yeah, I was flipping channels one day, flipped over there to watch whoever it was playing, and there's Mr. Kendrick, man. And they interviewed a long time during that game, buddy. They weren't even paying attention to what was going on the field because they knew the man that they had in-house was more important in that ball game. So, so one thing I want to start off with, man, congratulations, because I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like that you probably played a part, at least advocated for it. But Major League Baseball now took in all the Negro League stats. Recognizes them. So that's huge. That's absolutely huge. I didn't feel like they made a big enough deal about it, but or it didn't, to me they seemingly didn't. But what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was excited. I really was, and I was really pleased to see the genuine excitement from baseball fans.
Yeah.
You don't really know how fans are going to react when you start to alter something that had been in place for so many years, and now all of a sudden these Negro League players are going to be included right where they should have been.
Absolutely.
They should have been recognized as a major league all the time, but you don't always know how people are going to react. And I had a little time to process this because I was part of the process. I hope that the Negro Leagues Museum certainly had a hand in leading us to this point with the work that we've been doing for the last 30 years to help people understand the importance of the Negro Leagues, both on and off the field. And so it was exciting news. And so I had a little time to kind of prepare myself for the actual announcement. But when I first caught wind of this, it was an array of emotions for me. But in general, man, just to see the sheer excitement that this news generated. I knew it would be big news.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would be as big a news as it actually turned out to be. And it was a perfect way to end the 100th anniversary year for the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was, but I personally didn't see any negative responses to it on social media. Nothing but, it's about time and, well-deserved and, congratulations. And, I saw all that kind of stuff. So, like you said, it did go very well across the board. And those players and coaches and teams, they deserve every bit of it. So, but like you said, you never know how people are going to react when you start changing. Baseball is one of those games where those records in history is, people keep up with that, and they.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
Yes, they do. And they are very passionate about it.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they are. They sure are.
with like the steroid years and the bonds and everybody breaking home runs and things of that nature, people still this day, he's not my home run king, or he's not my leader in RBIs.
That's how fans are, man. And so and it's so interesting, guys, because it was seemingly the one thing that people seem to always kind of hold against the Negro Leagues when we had these discussions about the greats of the game as well. The stats were incomplete, or you don't have the stats. It was always about the stats. Now, I'll be honest. For me, you could never reduce the story of the Negro Leagues to just statistics.
Absolutely right. No, sir.
But the work that these historians and researchers have done to go, and I'm not going to say it was a needle in a haystack, but it near was.
I'm sure there were records lost and misplaced and then have to be found.
This stuff was seemingly lost to time. And so, if they weren't playing in a town that had black press, then they were basically ignored. You might get a box score every now and then. And so they've done a tremendous job of going back and creating enough quantifiable data that led us to that historic announcement there in December. But what I can tell you, and I say this with no uncertainty whatsoever, what the stats will not tell you, that J.L. Wilkinson used to hire Satchel Paige out. He bought an airplane for Satchel. Wow. This is well before Major League Baseball teams were traveling by plane. J.L. Wilkinson bought a plane for his star pitcher so that he could actually hire him out to go pitch for other teams and then fly him back to pitch for his Monarch.
Wow.
You see, the stats are never going to tell you that. And so, but what they help put things in context. And for that fan who needed the statistical data, I think it satisfies them to the point where now these players can be listed amongst the greats of our game, right where they should be.
When Todd was mentioning the runs and everything back then, do any of these new stats alter what records are already on the books, or they just...
No, it will. It will. And I'm still waiting to see how they're going to be, integrated into the record books. But based on what we know, and I'll give you a couple of 4 examples. At this point now, Ted Williams was the last player to hit 400.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be an Alabama guy now, Artie Wilson. Artie Wilson from the Negro Leagues would, in this case, be officially the last player to hit over 400. He hit over 400 in 1948.
Wow.
And Artie Wilson, who played for the Birmingham Black Barons, was a great hitter. And so now Josh Gibson's epic 1943 season, fellas, where he hit 441.
Wow.
Will now likely be the all-time single-season batting average record. And so you'll see these little things like that. Now, on the flip side of it, because there's always some give and take, because they are only looking at league games that they were able to dig up, Gibson's home run totals won't be as impressive as we know them to be. They may have them. I don't even know what the final numbers are, but for league games, they may have them with, 270, 280 home runs. And so there'll be someone that will say, I thought he was supposed to be the Black Babe Ruth. That ain't Babe Ruth. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of give and take, and that's what comes along with the numbers, particularly when, and again, in all earnest, I don't think the numbers are completely accurate. And again, Gibson played against everybody, including major leaguers.
Yeah.
Yes. And he hit against everybody. He lit everybody up.
It didn't matter where he was or who he was playing against.
Bob, you may not remember this, but one of my questions the last time you were on was, tell us the name of an individual. We all knew who Satchel Paige was. We all knew who Gibson was. And you come out with the name Cool Papa Bell. And I have watched and looked up his stuff and read on him since then. Now, I believe, isn't Ricky Henderson still the base stealing leader?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it Is there a chance that Cool Papa may come up and bypass Ricky?
It probably not,
Okay.
because they won't get enough stolen bases from those league games. But I can tell you now, Cool Papa Bell is still the greatest base stealer and base runner this game has ever seen. They clock him guys circling the bases from home to home in 12 seconds.
Wow.
But while the speed was amazing, and it was, his uncanny ability to cut the bag on the inside, where most guys got to make that round turn or they going to fall over.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the late, great Buck O'Neil says that Cool could cut the bag on the inside and that he would be so low to the ground when he was running that he could literally smack the bag with his hand and not fall over. Now some things defy science. We just have to accept that God gives something that he don't give all of us.
That's right.
And he gave Cool Papa Bell something really special. And Cool Papa Bell, and this is the honest to God's truth, scored twice from first base on a bunt in exhibition games against Major League All-Stars.
So awesome.
Man, what I'd give to have seen those guys on video.
And I might have seen that one day in my life, but it was probably like a 6-year-old where all the little boys were throwing the ball away or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
tell you what, if he was running that low to the ground, I bet his pocket scooped up dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, so
and so unfortunately, they won't pull up enough stolen bases for him to change or knock Ricky Henderson off. But Cool Papa Bell and my dear friend, the late great Lou Brock,
Sweet Lou,
were really good friends.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Good friends. Yeah, because Cool Papa Bell lived and died in St. Louis.
Okay.
And so when Lou Brock was traded to the Cardinals in one of the worst trades in baseball history, Lou Brock was sent to the Cardinals for a hurt arm pitcher named Ernie Broglio. Mr. Broglio just passed away last year. God bless his soul. And when Lou gets to St. Louis, Cool Papa Bell was one of the first people to reach out to him. And Lou was so shocked because he knew who Cool Papa Bell was, but he had no idea that Cool Papa Bell knew who he was. He was a young player.
Yeah.
And so Lou said that Cool said, I want to meet with you. And so they set up the meet, and he said that Cool Papa Bell started telling him little inside tips about base running and base stealing that he'd never heard before. He said, Cool Papa, I never saw this in the book. Cool Papa said, because it ain't in the book.
Oh, it's great, man. That's righteous.
He wrote the book. Now, Lou was with the Cubs first, right? When Lou with the Cubs and traded to the Cardinals?
He was. My good friend, the late, great Buck O'Neil, signed Lou Brock to the Chicago Cubs.
Wow.
And Buck says he was the last player, the last of the group with the Cubs to sign off on the deal that would send Lou to St. Louis. But Buck said, Buck being the corporate guy, the guy that comes, and the Cubs did it out of courtesy because they knew how close Buck was to Lou, both Lou and Ernie Banks, because Buck signed them both. So they, out of courtesy, said, well, Buck, we're going to trade Lou to St. Louis for Ernie Broglio. Buck said, well, we need a little pitching. And they did have a crowded outfield because you got Billy Williams, another Alabama guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got Billy Williams, you had Sweet Lou Johnson, George Altman, all there in that outfield. And Lou was having some difficulty in that Sun outfield. The Cubs played all these day games. And Lou was having some difficulty. And so, but Buck also said, I knew this was going to be the best thing for Lou because you're going to give Lou an opportunity to play every day. So they make the trade. Ernie Broglio had won 20 games 2 years prior to the trade, but his arm was shot. The Cardinals sent him bad goods. So they make this trade. The Cardinals, the year that Lou is sent to St. Louis, they win the pennant and go to the World Series. Lou becomes a Hall of Famer. We never hear of Ernie Broglio again until we talk about some of the worst trades in baseball.
Hey, there we go. I was just going to say, that's the only news coming out of that for the Cubs anyway.
Buck said every time he would go to Busch Stadium, they gave him a standing ovation for the gift that kept on giving.
Oh, wow.
We'll be back with more of our Tailgate Talk conversation after this.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair. If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC. We continue with our conversation on the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
If folks will go to NLBM.com and then go to Storied, you've got this 22-episode series about the history of the Negro Leagues that's retold by you. And so you've got, it looks like you've got all these wonderful stories laid out that you can just, all the videos are there, you just click play. And tell us a little bit about that. I saw where you partnered with Pro Athlete Inc., I guess, to get this done. But that's pretty cool, man. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it really was pretty cool. And I wish I could lie and tell you that it was my idea to do this, but I would be doing just that, lying.
Oh, man.
Pro Athlete approached me late last summer. And they said, well, we believe that you are a great storyteller.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we would like to sit you down, put you in front of the camera, and just have you tell stories. And we'll create these little vignettes about stories of the Negro Leagues as presented by the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And fellas, they set me down, they turned the camera on, and for a little over 2 hours, I just told story after story after story.
That's so awesome.
They go back, and then, and this is, the funny thing about it is it's totally unscripted. Just straight from
that makes it better. Yeah. That makes it way better. Yeah.
That's what they thought too. Is we want to do this organically.
Yep.
We're gonna turn the camera on and you just start talking. And for a little over 2 hours, that's what I did. I told lie after lie after lie.
Oh man, I love it.
But I told these lies with conviction. And
when you do it with conviction, brother, it becomes the truth. Absolutely, without a doubt.
and we did 22. Basically, they put them together, and we released 22 stories in 22 weeks about the history of the Negro Leagues, and they became increasingly popular. Folks were anticipating each Tuesday when we would release them. So we got through the 22. And we just did a follow-up called Extra Innings.
Oh, great!
And where we did 6 more stories that are housed on a website that they created on the Pro Athlete website, and you can go see those additional 6. And so I had some of my good friends who said, "Man, I just sat down and binge watched the story series." These are my golf buddies. And like, these are great,
I'm telling you.
Is this on the ESPN storied, or is this?
It's the NLB, the
Negro Leagues,
the museum's website.
I got you. Museum's website. Okay,
it's NLBM.com/story.
Storied. Okay.
Yeah. And if y'all will go, I'm telling you, I listened to them at the first minute of the first vignette, and I was like, oh man, I gotta wait to just be able to sit here and watch and soak it in. So. You are a great storyteller, and you're so.
He's a great liar.
Well, listen, you're gonna make me believe. I
ain't gonna doubt you. I ain't gonna doubt you, Bob. Not at all.
But yeah, that was such a cool idea. Now, would you think that the museum's website will add those 6 extra innings to y'all's webpage as well? Okay,
we absolutely will. They'll get them posted. We just released those this week.
Okay.
And so we'll get them added to our website as well. And so, no, it turned out to be great, man. And in this age of virtually everything now with the pandemic, and so creating digital content is kind of the wave of the present, really. You almost have to do it, and we needed to do that to kind of continue to get people, locked in and wanting to be part of what we're doing. And I was thrilled to see that it too had played so well that I'm not lying. People were looking forward to these every Tuesday.
Oh, I can see that.
And so it was fun to do. And anytime my golf buddies give me a compliment, it must be pretty good.
Well, so go back to the museum. Y'all have reopened, right? And just reduced, I guess.
We reopened in June. So we were closed from March 14th through June 16th. And then we reopened, and everything was going pretty good. And then we had just a small bout where I had 2 staffers that contracted COVID. Fortunately, they're both fine, and we had to shut down for about 10 days. And then now we're back open again. That was in December, early December, but we're back open again. And, knock on wood, that we'll be able to continue to navigate through this thing. And, we're not operating at full capacity because Kansas City has a 25% guideline protocol in place. And so, but we're able to get people into the museum, and people have still been coming to the museum. We put in all the safety protocols that are necessary to try as best as we can to protect our staff as well as our very valued patrons when they come and experience the museum. But by and large, we didn't have to interrupt much of the museum experience. There's not a lot of high-tech stuff. It's a very nostalgic journey. And so outside of closing our theater and turning it into an entry point, the rest of the tour was pretty uninhibited.
Okay. All right. Well, good for y'all.
You just said close your theater. Now, do you have videos up there of some of those games?
Well, you know, we got a little bit of film footage. Man, I wish we had more. You know, somebody somewhere is probably sitting on some old 8mm video somewhere. You know,
they're in somebody's attic or wherever, and nobody knows what they're sitting on. Yep.
Exactly, and that's how we find so many of these treasures. People had stuff. So, I just went through my attic and I found this old poster, and you know, it's so amazing how artifacts are sometimes unearthed and how they make their way to the Negro Leagues Museum. I'll give you a good example too. There was a guy here in Kansas City who was demolishing a house. And in the process of demolishing the house, there was a mirror on the wall that fell and broke. Well, as you guys probably know, back in the country folks would always back the mirror with cardboard.
Yeah.
But this cardboard happened to be an original Kansas City Monarch game day poster.
Wow.
And so, you know, the guy said, he brought it to us and asked us if we wanted it. And of course we did. We did. Now, you know, they say breaking a mirror is 7 years bad enough. Now, I don't know what happened to the man that gave us the poster.
But y'all benefited from it, so, you know, hey.
But it's been good luck for us. Good luck for us. I hope he's okay, too.
But you know what? That's an incredible story. And that is, you're right, that's kind of the way things kind of pop up from here, you know, from now, time to time. And so that's awesome. And I'm sure it's being displayed where everybody can see it.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's the thing. And I think a lot of people are realizing that instead of me holding on to this item, let me allow the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum to showcase it where the world now gets to enjoy it. And I think that's the thing. I mean, you know, these collectors will go out and get this stuff, and it'll sit in their private collector, and maybe only a select few would ever get to see them.
Yep.
But when they are donated to the Negro Leagues Museum or put on loan at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, a lot of people get to enjoy and learn from them. Because I can tell you now, there is no insignificant piece for us. Every piece that we get, there's a story to be told. Yeah, and so it's only been really, guys, over the last maybe decade that we've actually started to try to compete to go bring collection in, because the collectors got a lock on this thing. They have unlimited wealth, and so they can afford to buy this stuff, and it's difficult for us to compete. So we have to be very stealth in what we try to go after, and we already know that three-dimensional items, bats and balls and jerseys, these kinds of things are going to be difficult for us to get, because by and large now they're going to generate six figures.
Yeah.
You know
easy. Yeah. I mean, you almost have to hope, and I know this sounds morbid or whatever, but you almost have to hope that the person that has all this stuff, and when they pass away, has it written in their will that it does come to the museum or something.
Exactly.
Now, Bob,
I tell people all the time, we become our own worst enemy, because the more that we popularize the story, we're driving the market. We're driving the price of these artifacts now to the point that it's difficult for us to compete to go get them.
We'll be back with more of our Tailgate Talk conversation after this. At Hendricks Power Washing and Striping, your property is their priority. Power washing, striping, seal coating, crack filling, and asphalt maintenance, rain or shine, day or night. Call Colby for a free quote at 256-763-1740. Visit their Facebook page and see what they've done for other satisfied customers. Give your home or business that brand spanking new look, courtesy of Hendricks Power Washing and Striping. Licensed and insured, call 256-763-1740. Hendricks Power Washing and Striping. If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or Buddy Box BuddyBoxStorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and BuddyBox Storage. 256-800-4249.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Bring the man in motion across the line of scrimmage. They give it to him on the sweep play. He's outside, got a little bit of room now. Down the sideline, cuts it back. He's angling for the end zone, and he will score. Wow. Touchdown.
Join us this upcoming season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. We continue with our conversation on the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Are there any baseball cards out there?
I was going to ask that too.
Yeah, most of the Negro League baseball cards, believe it or not, were done in Latin America.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, not very many from actual Negro Leagues in this country, but plentiful in Latin America, and they're very valuable pieces as well.
Well, imagine.
And so, yeah, it's really amazing that the records were kept much better in Latin America. So when these players went to Latin America to play, you pretty much got all of the information. And that's what I tell people. You want to really get a gauge for how good Josh Gibson was. And look at what he did in these other countries when he was playing. And they were playing against major leaguers because the major leaguers were going down to those playing with the ball as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And you look at how these star players from the Negro Leagues were dominating in Latin America, and it helps you get a true gauge for just how good they were. But, it's still exciting for us to bring all of these stories to life, and so every time we get a new piece, it's a new story for us to tell. Yeah. And these stories just remain plentiful. We just scratched the surface, guys. We really have. We've been doing this now for 30 years as an organization, and we have just scratched the surface of what this museum can potentially be.
That's awesome.
Well, we talked to John Lohr, who's trying to get a baseball team started up in Nashville. And I had done some reading, and I saw where there may be for lack of a better term, a satellite location of the museum there in their stadium if they get it going.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Lord, we hope so.
Well, we're excited. We're excited because the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum is a partner in this effort to try to bring Major League Baseball to Nashville. The team, of course, would be called the Nashville Stars, after the old former Negro League team that was there in Nashville briefly. And this would be the first time ever that a Major League team would carry a Negro Leagues team name.
That's awesome.
And so this is significant, and so we're looking at, as part of the new stadium design, a satellite version of the museum, because what my long-term goal is to really have other cities that had great Negro Leagues history. We want to tell that history because we can't tell everybody's story at the Negro Leagues Museum. We don't have enough room.
Yeah, right.
We don't have enough space. And so to be able to tell Nashville and really the state of Tennessee's black baseball history, and to do the same thing in other cities where all roads lead back to Kansas City,
there you go,
where the national story is documented.
Yep.
That's my long-range goal. And then to have all of these satellite museums become affiliates of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And, that's kind of the way that we're looking at things as we continue to dream about the future of this organization.
Bob, are they talking about maybe, is this an expansion team maybe, or just a relocation of another team?
Well, the hope is to lure, baseball at some point in time is going to expand. The commissioners are on record as saying that they would like to go to 32 teams and do a little bit of realignment to make the geography be, make more sense. Hopefully eliminate a little bit of travel for teams and that whole 9 yards. And so I met John a few years ago. He's been in this game doing these kinds of things for a while and been successful at it. And he broached it with me about the possibility of naming such team the Nashville Stars. But the idea is that there will be expansion. There are, sad to say, a few teams that are in trouble.
Yeah.
Financially and that kind of thing. But, you hate to see a city lose a franchise.
Oh, yeah.
It's devastating to the city. So, our goal is to look at expansion.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. So with with the records being recognized now by Major League Baseball, do you think in some of these cities where Negro League Baseball was played, that there'll be an opportunity there at those stadiums to maybe have a little satellite museum and share?
I really believe so, because, now that basically Major League Baseball has brought the Negro Leagues into its fold in some, in essence. So I would like to believe that it will only enhance our working relationships with all of the Major League teams, that this relationship will just grow and that we'll continue to celebrate the Negro Leagues, the way that it should be celebrated. Yeah. And so I'm excited about that aspect of it, too. And so it still remains to be seen. But, I'm sure I'll be having conversations with the commissioner's office as well as Major League Baseball's Players Association. Both have been very supportive of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. But, it gives us an opportunity now to start thinking about discussions that look at even greater support or long-term support. Because now it makes the Negro Leagues Museum, in my opinion, even more important.
Oh, yeah.
So that these stories live on. So because what the few folks, and none of them were negative, but the few folks who did write kind of thought-provoking columns or so forth about what baseball did, one of the things that they pointed out, and we're very much aware of this, that 20, 30 years from now, there'll be a new baseball fan who will see Josh Gibson and Satchel Paige and these other players from the Negro Leagues listed amongst the greats of those who were previously part of a white major league.
Yeah.
They're going to see these names side by side.
Yep.
And they're going to think that it was always that way. And it's important that they understand that there were two leagues that operated in this country out of necessity. It wasn't that these black players wanted to play in their own league. They had to play in their own league. And we don't want to lose sight of that, because that, to me, would be completely diminishing what the Negro Leagues represented. Because for us, it's not about the baseball piece of it. Because when you come to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, for us, it's almost a given, guys, that you're going to meet some of the greatest players to ever play this game.
Absolutely.
And by the time you walk out of that museum, you walk away with a deeper and richer appreciation for just how great this country really is. And that aspect of it, the off-the-field aspect of what the Negro Leagues represent, is as important, maybe even more so, than what they did on the baseball field.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is look at the players who left the Negro Leagues and went on to have tremendous success in the major leagues to kind of get, to be able to determine that, okay, they can play.
That's
right. When we look, when we stop right now, we think about the two greatest living major leaguers. And I don't think you get any argument about this.
No.
Henry Aaron and Willie Mays.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Two Alabama guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mobile and Birmingham.
Yep.
And they're the two greatest living major leaguers. And they both come out the Negro League.
Exactly.
So I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to discern that if they came out the Negro Leagues and they were that good, maybe there were some other players in this league that were just as good, and it's scary to think, maybe even better than Henry Aaron and Willie Mays.
Yep. Bob, I would love to keep talking, but we have run out of our time. Give us another interview, man. Maybe sometime around spring training when things.
Y'all call me anytime you want to.
I could talk this crap with you all day, my friend, all day long.
We got to get to Kansas City.
We got to get to Kansas City. That's the truth. Bob, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it, Bob.
We'll holler at you again soon.
Hey, guys, appreciate you.
Okay, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
You've been listening to the best of Tailgate Talk. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.